Okay. Okay. So spoiler alert, I did win here. But I kid you not. Literally yesterday, I watched this Gotham chess video about checkmate. Matter of fact, no. Uh, oh crap, my computer rebooted. I literally, like a second ago, or sorry, yesterday, I would have been able to show you, not yesterday, this morning, I would have been able to show you where it was in my queue. I literally just watched this Gotham chess, in case you don't know what I'm talking about. Last night, literally, I watched this video called Six Checkmate Patterns You Must Know. And do you know what one of the checkmates were? I'm going to skip around and I'm going to find it. I'm pretty sure it was the first one. I'm pretty sure it's called the Arabian Mate.
And knight f7 is checkmate. And
Okay, what's Arabian? I'm pretty sure he discussed the Arabian Mate. Yeah, it's like this, but a little different in my case. But it's the Arabian Mate. I'm almost positive he talked about it in this video. Yeah, he talked about backrank Mate. That was the first one he talked about. Yes. Oh, here. Yeah, he talked about Arabian Mate.
games. If the king goes to the corner and is mated like this, knight protects the rook and the getaway square. This corner checkmate is known as the Arabian mate. I don't
Yes.
know why it's called.
Yes. Okay. This might have been one of my first brilliance ever. I don't know if it's a brilliant or a great move because it wasn't forced. He wasn't forced to take it. But okay, anyways, I this is a 3-minute game. E4, E5, bring the knights out, and then trade. This is probably one of my favorite openings because it's very easy to pre-move. Bishop there, and I was like, what? What is this? Because you just push. Hold on. What elo is this guy? 640. Wow, that's crazy. And I just forked. Why did it went down? Why did it go down when I did that? What was I supposed to do instead? Yeah, no. I thought that was the best move because it literally forks a bishop and a knight. Chess.com being weird. Anyways, what was what is the ideal that gives it brings it down. My advantage here is 1.3 and then it brings it down to 0.6. I'm trying everything. I have no idea. Oh, he could have pinned. That's absolutely. I mean, I could have just like brought my bishop after that. That's insane. Okay, but he took with the bishop, and then I just took, and that's check. They go there. I was like, I don't want to trade the queen off because then, like, we're it's just a knight out on both sides. So I'm gonna bring out my bishop, and I had a bishop and knight activated and developed, and he had a knight. He castled, and I just took the knight. I mean, I'm already like +2 or 3. Yeah, I'm +2 because he took the pawn. And then I just castled, moved my rook out here, and then he got into the corner. Remember, he's in the corner. I don't know what move this is. Notice I'm only 8 seconds of that. Wanted to trade that off. No, that was probably the best move instead of taking. Huh. It's equivalent. Oh, no, it went slightly down, ever so slightly. You could barely tell. Look, 4.79, 4.6. So I guess it was better to take. Oh, I guess it goes down either way. Anyways, so yeah, I took that. He went there, and I had an ideal of he like bringing down one of the rooks, and I wanted a battery. I knew that. No, I guess I could have. If I had a battery over here, da 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 da. Some rook maneuver here, dad. Anyways, not important. I wanted a battery, so I was like, I'm not gonna trade off the rook. I could have just taken, but I didn't want to trade off the rook because, like, it's way harder to try to get a checkmate with two rooks. Or sorry, it's harder to get a checkmate with two rooks. Like with this at the board, it still says that I'm winning. It actually says I'm winning more, but it can be a bit tricky because of how many pawns I have. Even though I'm +2. So I didn't want to trade it off. I was like, I'm just gonna move my rook and defend my pawn here. Push the pawn. I pushed my pawn to block it. His ideal was here, obviously. And the reason I did this and I didn't like do that is because I wanted to protect this pawn. And also I knew in the future I might have an open file. And it's the center. So I did that, and then I'm just a pawn up here. No, I got an extra pawn up. I'm now 3 pawns up. He attacked my rook. I slid one forward. This helps my ideal of getting that battery I discussed about earlier. Because now, the reason I moved here also was because if I moved here, here, I'm behind my pawns that are on the second rank. But I knew eventually that this pawn would probably not be here for very long, and it's in the center. Notice now I'm 7 seconds up. So yeah, anyways, he spent this, and now I'm 3rd pawn up. He attacked, and I moved my thing there. Now helping me get a battery in the future, and also attacking this pawn. Of course, if I took this pawn, I'd lose my knight. He moved his rook here because that's defended. He wanted, does something like that. Does that, he would be up in the exchange. Oh, actually, that would make it equal, which is absolutely hilarious because I'm 3 pawns up. Doing that would actually make it equal. But, no. Instead, he attacked it, and I think I played the best move in the position. But Quentin, that loses a rook. You can't take that rook. And by the way, I'm still winning a lot. You'd be like, even if I did lose this rook, I would be winning still. But oopsie daisy. You go here. Oh, that's crazy. If you move your rook somewhere like here, and it's not a check, there's mate in 2. Because of this rook. Sorry, I just spoiled it. And if you move there, mate in 1, mate in 5, that's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. Wait, if you take this rook, oh, you'd have to take back for it to be mate in 1. Okay, anyways, so, hilarious because me taking that would result in checkmate. So if he didn't take and I took, that'd be checkmate. I'm curious what is the best. Okay, before it only just said like +5. Now it says made 9, which is absolutely insane. Um, so I don't know what the best move is. I'm very curious. Let me see what does it say? I cannot see computer lines. Can I look up stockfish? Chess engine online. I'm curious. I'm not cheating here. I've never done this before. I'd have to download it. I'm not downloading stockfish, bro. Huh? It says I've been here before. Huh? That's interesting. I don't know why though. Oh, I know why I was here before. Yeah, cause something on Reddit. Yeah, something on Reddit or whatever that I saw, and I clicked it because I was curious what it was. Uh, I'm not spending all the time. Could not, could not imagine setting up the. Actually, no, the board wouldn't take that long to set. Is there a? Y'all, I've like don't think I've ever been here before, except once. Does it say? Yeah, no, I've like been here like once or twice. I'm pretty sure. Probably just once. Reset, PGN, capture all, flip. Oh, capture all. So that's the kings, obviously. Okay, king here. I'm curious, what's the best move for black? Should have set this up beforehand. I should have set this up beforehand. What am I doing? Da 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 da. Mother. White, white, black pawn there. Okay, 3-2. Oh, king's on E. Not like that, probably. Oh wait, no, it's actually here. Okay, let me double check. Da 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 da. I need a white knight there. Okay, what's the best move for black? Yeah, I think I used this in the past to analyze a game because I don't know. I feel like you used to be able to see like the best. I'm pretty sure Lines hasn't always been a only membership. I thought that you were able to do that before. I guess maybe not. I thought if you go to analysis, you get the free lines or whatever. I'm not in analysis though, am I? Okay, it's taking a while. Yeah, yeah. Y'all, a lot of people ask, why do you play 3-minute game or like bullet? Why don't you play like solo things? It's way harder for you to have to deal with a cheater in a fast game because it takes a very long time apparently to use this. I guess if you're using chess.com analysis. Oh wait, no, because they would know that you're using analysis and they would know that you're cheating. But if you use something like this or whatever, like it takes way too long and you just end up losing on time. So like, yeah, that's why I play Bullet and Blitz a lot. Even though I frequently lose in Bullet, it's way harder to cheat in those. I think it might be impossible to cheat in Bullet. Even if it only takes 5 seconds for it to give you the best move, that's still like you have 20 moves max. Oh, maybe this just doesn't work. Can I open this in analysis? Self analysis. Oh, it shows lines here. Why does it show lines here and not? elsewhere. That is the best move. What's the best move? The best move was to give a check. Okay, I don't need you anymore, bro. The best, that's what I thought. I thought the best, it says here that the best move is just to lose your rook. Which you're still winning here. It says the best move's here. Why does it say that's better than that? That'd be funny. Chuck. Da. Ah. Interesting. Okay, so it's said before. It said before the best move's here. What's the continuation? Because obviously you're not winning. It's just to give up the rook. It's just to give up the rook. Best move here is to just give up the rook. That's absolutely hilarious. And the best move isn't a take? No, if I was in this position and I didn't take the rook and I moved that, y'all would think I'm cheating. Okay, and then you do. You allow this. What? The best move isn't the take? Oh. The reason that's the best is because every move was a check. So you survive not getting checkmated the longest. That's why that's the best line. Relax. But that's not what happened. You know what happened? I know y'all have been waiting 17 minutes for me to tell you what happens. Do you know what happens? He takes the rook. And you know how we're talking about, Arabian Mate? I made this move on purpose. I saw this, and I was like, well, he surely can't take. I don't know what he's going to do, but he cannot take, or else he gets Arabian Mated. So his best move has to be, to defend that, because if he just lets me take it, then he gets checkmated. But no, he took. And to tell you that I freaked out when he did this, by the way, I spent 6 seconds on that move. And then I spent 1 second on that. I tweaked out so hard. I was like, no way he takes. And then he took. And I was like, no way. Oh my gosh. So, yes, that might have been one of my first brilliance. I don't know. But, yeah. I'm actually going to give you a little extra content here. Because I haven't been posting in a while. Not what I meant to do. I'm going to review 2 of my other games. Let's see. Let's see here. Oh! I won this game, right? Oh, yeah, I actually used one of my reviews on this, I'm pretty sure. I can't use... Oh, wait, no. That's a different one. Okay, this one was also cool. I got a checkmate in 16. I didn't know I was playing a 500 when I played this, because I had focus mode on, so I thought it was around my level. I just assumed that because a lot of people were higher than me or around my level. Okay, so e4, e5. I moved my knight to c3. Obviously, y'all know me, if you know me. Moved the knight. He moved the knight to c6. It is male. I did identify them. f3. Sorry about that voice crack, y'all. F4, attacking this pawn, even though it's already defended, obviously. Da-da-da. Didn't I do this last time? I did this last time. Because I love this opening so much. And now, it's 10 minutes and 12 seconds to 9:44. Obviously, time wasn't an issue here, though. Oh, should I go in focus mode? Is there any, Yeah, he spent a lot of time at the end. Which maybe he should have spent a lot of time on that one. I moved here. I actually made a mistake here. I meant to go here and then threaten the rook, even though they could move there. But I instead moved the bishop, and then I moved the knight out. Okay. I gotta go slower here because there's like a surprise twist here. So I go here, attacking the rook. Obviously, I meant to move the knight here and then attack the rook, but I didn't, so I exchanged pieces. I moved g3. Why, you may ask? I think what he wanted to do was do this and exchange pawns. And that's bad because I just give a check in the center. And you don't want to open the center up when your king's in the center. Not to mention, he can't castle that easily. I have castle whenever I want. I pre-moved this. I wanted to attack the queen, so I went, oh, I'm just going to do that, and I'm going to move there. I didn't pre-move bishop. Thank goodness I didn't pre-move bishop. So, moved g6, and I pre-moved that, and I was like, oh no, he's going to move the rook. How many seconds did he spend on that? 8 seconds. He spent 8 seconds. He was like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He just moved his pawn, so I want to make sure if he's just that. I'm gonna push. So I finally was like, oh, I'm so stupid, and then I saw that and I was like, oh my gosh, did I say something? Can I see what I said during this game? What is going on? Do y'all hear that? Bruh. Okay, so I took move there. I moved the knight, check. Moved the bishop. My idea was to give a discover check and to win that. Gotta respect the man. He just loves his pawn moves. By the way, I'm friends with him on Steam now. I found out that he has Steam. Apparently, he just got a computer last week and he's learning chess. Now, this is apparently his 5th ever game. I did that, discover check, and then I take his pawn. And I was gonna say I ruthlessly beat him, but I didn't ruthlessly beat him right here. I was half paying attention, and what I expected the line to go, what I expected it to go was here, 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 and then some sort of like capture, something like that. Maybe moving the bishop out and attacking, and then here, here. Nope, not there. There. I don't know the line after this. There. No. There. Something like that. But no, he just moved the bishop out. Why he did this, I don't know. Wait, what? No, he actually this must be the only move to actually make it mate in 1, because without doing that, you have an escape to here. That's funny. Moving there would have been hilarious. No, I probably would have done that, then trade off that, and then there. But no, he actually moved the only spot that gave me checkmate in 1, which I doubt that happened another time, and I spent 0.7 seconds on a move, and that ended up being checkmate, and I had 0.1 second remaining, and the place he moved was the only place he could have moved to get mate in 1. Yeah. So this was a game I played in a tournament. I joined very late. So I didn't win, obviously. But I played, and I actually won a game against this guy before. He's 1650. You may be like, bro, you're cheating. How did you beat a 1600 when you're 700? I'm actually 1000 on bullet. So I only beat someone who was 600 before. That was a different game, but I actually gained 100 elo since then. I'm now 700. Before I was 600 when I beat him. I actually lost this game. because I was trying to flag him. So I played a really good opening. I should have used my game review on here, but I didn't. I used it on a different game, and I might go over that game. E4, E5, C3. Notice I spent 20 seconds on this. That is because I opened up the tournament and I was like, oh, my sister's nagging me to take the shot. And I went and I didn't realize they started right when I left. So yeah, it took me like 20 seconds. They didn't start right when I left. They started probably like 10, 15 seconds after I left. And then there's a 10-second thing before the timer starts. So E4, E5, C3, that. So I was trying to catch up on time here because I was like, oh no, he's 20 seconds ahead of me. I caught up on time very easily because he was talking to Chad. You know, solid, even though he's winning with 0.4, solid. This was a mistake. This lost me the game, I'm pretty sure. I calculated here. I calculated takes. I forgot knights could move backwards, eh? So, I should have just did this, and I'm actually not losing by that much. I'm actually not losing by that much. Oh, wait, no. Actually, it doesn't matter, because either way, I'm +3. Oh, yeah, no, it actually, it genuinely didn't matter. This genuinely seagulls. Yeah, that would have been a little differently, but I over rushed and I forgot that knights could move backwards. Was I even winning here? It would have been even, but that's not what happened, and I would be attacking the knight. However, that doesn't matter. It does matter. The only space I guess you can just trade that off. But yeah, no, that's not what happened. Sadly, he went backwards, and I was like, oh no, I'm already losing, and he has 9 minutes. So yeah, I actually did a very stupid thing. I was like, oh no, he has this, and this. I'm gonna move my rook so I have a runaway square. Completely forgot the knight covers this and that. Moved his bishop there. Moved that. I was like, how long did I spend on this? I spent 30 seconds. It was like, wait, why can't I just take the thing? I was like, if I just take, he just takes, and I'm fine, and I can move here. Because that's defended by the queen. I forgot about his rook. And I spent 2 minutes on this, which was very bad. I spent 2 minutes on this move. Oh, wait, no. I spent 30 seconds on this move. And then I was like, well, if I do this, I lose that. But I'm 4 points down. And I was like, if I do this, I'm 7 points down. Because you can't capture back. But I was like, which is worse? 7 points down or 4 points down? So I did this. I did a little in-betweener. I did a little check. I was like, oh, why don't I just check? I pushed him in the corner, and then I took the rook. Which I'm 4 points down, but I'm not exactly losing. I moved in the corner. How much time did I spend on this? Oh, like 20 seconds. Remember, this is a 10-minute game. I'm not used to 10 minutes game. I'm taking my sweet precious time. I moved there. I'm curious how many of these is the best move. Got a battery. Not the best ideal, according to Rosewood Telly. That was really annoying that he pinned. But I was like, oh, I do not want to lose this. So I did that. No, sorry. I saw, if I didn't do that, I saw, like, if I took the knight, I saw that, and I was like, oh, that's brutal. Because you can't move that. You take. There's mate somewhere. There's mate somewhere. Yeah, there it is. That's main one. So yeah, I wanted to flag him. So that was a really good move, even though I was a pawn. I moved. I was like, I'll move there because I wanted to move my bishop out of the way. I should have just moved it back. Honestly, it was very silly of me. I should have just moved it back. But yeah, and then I moved there to attack it. I should have taken. I'm still losing either way, but I should have taken the rook. I instead took that, and I just resigned here because forced and made. So yeah, I played somewhat well, but I still lost. I'm not gonna go over the game I did win against him. That was a while back ago, and I don't want to go looking for that. But yeah. Oh, and then there was one more game I was gonna go over. Uh, Daniel 8723, who was actually, I'm pretty sure he was higher than me when we played this game. Oh no, he wasn't. I guess. I was black here. How many moves is this? Is this gonna be a while? 36 moves. Okay. Yeah, I'm half an hour video on chess. Is not how I usually do things. E4, E5. Bishop attacking. So not really attacking, but like there. When he did this, I thought he was gonna do that, and if he did that, I would have laughed hysterically. No, he moved his knight out. You know, some classic old chess here. Is actually equal here. I'm actually I was wondering how long did he spend on this move? Not that much time, I guess. Not a noticeable amount of time. He just blundered upon here. And I had the live stream up in the background of Rosewood Telly or Charlie Gaming or whatever, and I was like, bruh, the person I just played blundered upon, and I'm attacking the rook now. I don't know why he allowed this. He just allowed me to just move his bishop back. I don't know what is the advantage here. That was not the advantage. I'm gonna tell you, that was not the advantage. When I did this, it like went up a little bit. Oh, why don't I actually do something called go to self-analysis? Curious, what was the en passant? He had en passant. Wow, he had en passant. I didn't see that. Anyways, yeah. We traded pieces. I'm a pawn up. We traded pawns again. Should have went with battery here, apparently. But instead, I just wanted to attack the bishop. I forgot that was defended. Just took another pawn. Yeah, I did end up realizing, oh, I guess he could have defended like that. Could have defended like that. I would have probably just done a battery then eventually. I saw that he couldn't do that though. So yeah, moved his king for some reason. I took another pawn, and then I took a third pawn. I was like, I guess I'll just trade because I don't have any better options. I was really hesitant. You'll see, I took like 10 seconds. So, when I take 10 seconds to take a piece, I'm hesitant. So, yeah, I was like, I want to go here, but I'm scared that he has. Oh, wait. I realized that was a blunder. That's why I didn't go here. I realized that was a blunder because he has that, and then I take and he takes. I realized it was a blunder. That's why I didn't go there. And I was like, well, I don't want to blunder something by not taking it. So I'm just gonna take it. That way I can trade my rook and lose the possibility of blundering that rook. Then I just move there. A lot of shuffling around here. Was that the best? I kind of wanted to go here. I guess that was the best move. But I moved there instead. I blundered this rook. No, I didn't blunder the rook. I didn't see the rook, and I just let him march his king. I eventually went there. There, I do that. I could take, or I can just... Wow, that's crazy. The only move he has in this position is to move his bishop somewhere. And anywhere he moves it, it's mate. There was also... Yeah, that, there, takes. Just not quick enough. I could have... If we actually played on longer, I might have just lost a piece for no reason, but we didn't play that long. Was there any other games that, I'm pretty sure that's it. This, was longer than I thought. This is an almost 40-minute video on chess. If you're watching, like, you're a legend, bruh. And also, maybe go watch some Gotham chess instead of me. Any games I won that's cool? What was the game I just played? I don't even remember the game I just played. It was the game I got to repeat. I forgot that the game I just played was Arabian Mate. Bruh. Anyways, yeah, I'm probably not gonna play any more chess. Might do a crab game live stream or something. But yeah, see ya. Bye. Thanks for watching me, bro. Really appreciate the $0 you give me. How dare you give me $0 right now? How dare you? Give me all your money. Yeah, I'm offended by you. Oh no, Darman had a new video and I missed it 29 minutes ago. Maybe that's what I should record. Maybe I should go record a Darman video. Anyways, bye. See ya.